Women naturally submit when they feel safe, loved, and secure. So if she's not submissive, she does not feel safe.
Why are you doing this, man? I thought you was my black brother. Why you asking me questions like that? Fine, I'll answer your stupid ass question.
Good evening, America, and welcome to New November Presents, the Brutally Honest Podcast. And Mr. Chris Perry, Mr. Chris GQ Perry, what's wrong with you, brother? No, for real, like, what did we do? What do we as men do to you? As one of us, or supposedly one of us, why do you talk so bad about us? Why do you act like you the only good nigga that God ever created? Why do you act so mightier than thou? You know, Chris, sometimes, a lot of us got ladies, and sometimes our ladies present your videos to us as a how-to of some sorts, right? And that's fine, Chris. That's fine. Nobody's mad about that. You know, shit, we get it. We all need a little guidance. That's what I'm here. I'm here to guide niggas too. But if I'm not here on the agenda that you are here on, now, people may not understand this. Ladies may not understand this, but something called an algorithm on YouTube and other sites where it tells you your demographic. You know where I'm going, big dog. You know where I'm going. Chris's demographic, if I could guess, is probably 90% female, 10% nigga, right? No big deal. You know what I'm saying? No big deal there. That's your demographic, that's your demographic. But when you're constantly, I don't know, pandering to your demographic, it creates a quarrel in relationships. You're doing more harm than you're doing good. You know what I'm saying? And for somebody your age, 30, 35 now? Are you 35, 34? 35, 34 years old. For somebody your age to move how you move is irresponsible. It's really irresponsible, Chris, because there's some young man out there who is actually looking up to you, actually listening to your words and being like, oh, this is what I'm supposed to do. Right? And these females are not. Okay? All right? A lot of these females, what I say, Brutally Honest Podcast, a lot of these motherfuckers is dogs. Dog ass bitches, for real. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Chris. You irresponsible as shit. You crazy as fuck. You crazy as shit for acting like, oh, if your man does this and your man does that and the man does this and the man does... What about these raggedy ass yuck mouth bitches, nigga? What you talking about? What you talking about? Chris, you never got your heart broken by a raggedy ass yuck mouth bitch, and they come in all different shapes, forms, sizes, and income, nigga. What I'm trying to say is you could meet a raggedy ass yuck mouth bitch at the dentist office working alongside the dentist. You know what I'm saying? You could meet a raggedy ass nurse, a raggedy ass doctor, a raggedy ass lawyer. You could just because the bitch got it going on don't mean she not raggedy as shit, Chris. Cause she can be. You know that. Let's deep dive into some raggedy shit. You know, I'm an insecure ass nigga, Chris. I'm gonna be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm an insecure nigga and my lady, an insecure lady. Am I to blame for it, Chris? Hell yeah, I'm to blame for it. Is she to blame for my insecurities? Not really, nah. But it is what it is. I'll take responsibility for it, Chris. But you know what one of our rules is, Chris? One of our rules is we cannot follow men and women if we not, you know what I'm saying? If it's gotta be business. It gotta be business. You can't follow anybody, Chris. So when I go through your followers, Chris, and I see bitch after bitch after bitch after bitch after bitch, and when I go to who you following and I see bitch after bitch after bitch, and I'm like, Chris, so what you mean to tell me is you really only following bitches? Chris, so your timeline, I'm not a genius, so your timeline consists of primarily 90% bitches. You may not be liking pictures, Chris, you know better than that, you're smart. But if your timeline consists of only bitches, Chris, what are you looking at on Instagram? Chris, what are you looking at on Instagram if your timeline consists of 90% bitches? Just a quick question. My timeline consists of media outlets and shit like that. So I get a lot of news. What you get, Chris? Chris, you got 1.3 million followers. Your inbox probably flooded because you talk all this female empowerment shit. Some of them disguised as bitches who need, advice. But they really want that. They really try to roll the dice, if you know what I'm talking about. Now, your girl, she follow niggas too. This nigga, that nigga, this nigga, that nigga, and the third nigga. You know what I'm saying? And these ain't like high profile niggas. These niggas she went to high school with. And when I say niggas, I mean niggas like me. Not like Pretty Chris. I'm talking about thugged out looking niggas. Chris, how would you feel if your bitch got hit by one of these thugged out looking niggas, man? Would you still talk that shit you talk about the man? Or would it change to bitches? You know, Chris, I gotta tell you, man, one day you're gonna have to raise a son. You're gonna have to teach him about the birds and the bees, the flowers and the trees. You're gonna have to teach him about what's right and what's wrong with these hoes. And it seemed to me like you don't even fucking know. Or either you put on a really good front for those who don't know. You put on this perfect relationship act, Chris. Look, man, I don't understand what made you hate or made you decide that you was going to just go straight all female. Maybe that's how you get bitches back in high school, and maybe that's cool, that's great, Chris. But if I gotta hear it, you're gonna hear it from me. It's just who I am, bro. It's just who I am. Don't take it personally. Just know that I think you pussy. I think what you doing is pussy. I think how you talk is pussy. I think it's odd that you are 34, 35 years old and your girl wears a promise ring. I think that's weird. How old is she? You got a grown woman wearing a promise ring, Chris. What is that? You talk all this shit, but you're not engaged. You talk all this shit, but you're not married. You talk all this shit, Chris. Where's the action? I ain't seen no wedding photos because you ain't had one. You full of shit. And I really hope that you get it together before somebody gets her together for you. Hey, thanks for listening, my guy. I'm out.